Sitting here on Tuesday evening in Accra. In our office, the lights are a little bit dim here. Year return updates. I wanted to just go through some of them with you because I get a lot of people asking me questions about what's going on with year of return. And I see that it's been trending, it's heavily trending in Ghana and in the US. There's a lot of people who are interested in finding out what's been going on with year of return. So I thought that today I would do a live video really quickly while I am in the office still. We've had a pretty busy time the last few weeks, and it's just only going to get busier and busier with so many people coming into Ghana for the month of December. As you know, Year of Return has been going on since the beginning of January. Some people have this misconception that it's just for the month of December, but it's not just the month of December. Year of Return has been going on the whole year. And this is kind of a climax time just because of the increased volume of people who are coming into Ghana, as well as the increased number of events that are happening to commemorate the 400-year anniversary of the first documented ship of enslaved Africans that arrived in Virginia, USA, as well as commemorating and celebrating the resilience of the African spirit and of people of African descent. So, as I said, I've been sitting in my office today. We are crunch time, doing a lot of work, and just wanted to say hello and get a chance to talk to you about what's been going on. So there's a lot of people who have been concerned about different things that are going on. Travel, I know travel has been challenging for some people, and visas have been running out. Like I know in Houston, they ran out of visas issuing, which basically for people who've never traveled, when you get a travel document, a visa to travel to another country, they put a sticker in your visa, which allows you to enter that country. And the Ghana visas in the city of Houston ran out. It's overwhelming how many people are interested in coming to Ghana now because of Year of Return and because of activities and because of so many of the positive things that have been shared since the beginning of the year when CNN marked Ghana as one of the top destinations to travel to for 2019. It's just been an uphill rise. There's been over 750,000 travelers who've come into the country already, which is a huge increase compared to last year. I want to just go through some of the schedule with you because some people have been asking. Already for the month, we've had a few events. The beginning of this month was Picture Perfect 2, 10 years later, which was the second part of a movie that had been really successful back in 2009 and was incorporated into the schedule for Year of Return this year. So I'm just going to go through some of the schedule here for Year of Return events. So that you get an idea of what's happening. I'm not reading off everything because you can find it on our website, which is yearofreturn.com. You can also follow the social media. A lot of times I'm not on my own personal Instagram and Twitter as much as I used to be because of the fact that I've been managing Year of Return's social media. So I have been posting a lot of the information there, but I'll read some of the things that are happening in Accra for people who are traveling and are trying to figure out what to do. And if you're not traveling, you just want to know what's happening, it's good to know too. I'm going to put my glasses on so that I can read this stuff. Yes, I need reading glasses. So there's an art exhibit going on called Diaspora Local to Foreign, and that exhibition is showcasing the work of local Ghanaian artists, and it's been going well so far. We went to the opening. I will share some video here on my YouTube channel so that you can see some of the artists' work, and I talked to a couple of the artists too. The Live X Festival with Cardi B happened this weekend. It was on Sunday, and she arrived in Ghana and had her performance on Sunday night. There was a lot of drama that went with what happened. She was supposed to have a meet and greet with some of the, oh, my phone is ringing. I'm doing this video on my phone, and my phone is ringing. So you might hear it ringing a call. I'm not answering it until I finish this video. But the meet and greet that Cardi B was supposed to have with some female celebrities in Ghana was scheduled for a certain time. A lot of them were waiting, and a lot of them felt like perhaps they were disrespected by Cardi B because she didn't show up at the time that she was supposed to. But she went on her social media and told everybody that she didn't even know about this. It wasn't part of her contract. Anyway, they postponed that till later in the day, and she did come and meet with some of her fans and with some of the media, and she told everyone that she loves her fans. She wouldn't have purposely not shown up. I see somebody there ask the question, is T.I. still in Ghana? Yes, T.I. is still in Ghana. I posted a short video clip of him. He was shopping at the Versace Ghana store, and also he got fitted for a local designer's clothing. The designer's brand is called Chocolate GH, Chocolate Ghana. And the designer fitted him with an outfit, so he got something from a locally made designer, which was great. Because some people were criticizing him to come all the way to Ghana and go to Versace to shop, but he did buy something from one of the local designers, so that's fantastic. So T.I. is in town with his wife, who's known as Tiny from the group Escape. So they're here having a good time, seeing the sights and sounds of Ghana. And the next event that's happening is there was a movie premiere that happened, actually also another one this past weekend, just the day before Cardi's concert, which was the Joseph film. It's a collaboration of the Caribbean arts community and Ghana. So there were actors from Ghana, actors from Barbados. There's a famous soca artist, Alison Hines, who was in this movie. People who are into soca music would know who she is. Some people call her the Queen of Soca. So there is a lot of actors from Barbados, Jamaica, and Ghana in this movie, and it was filmed in Barbados, Jamaica, and Ghana. So it was a really interesting movie. It will have an audience-wide release on the 24th of January. It's called the Joseph Film. Next, coming in the next few days, is Kidda Fest, which is a festival that is from the 12th to 14th of December, and that festival is all about celebrating children. And it's a 3-day arts festival for children by children, and there's going to be performances, dance, a band display, poetry, visual arts, live painting, and a fashion show. And then there is the audience-wide release of Picture Perfect 2, which I mentioned had its private screening earlier. And then there's the Made in Ghana Street Fair. If you're in Ghana and you like to shop for locally made product, the Made in Ghana Street Fair is happening between the 19th to 22nd of December in Osu, and you can go and shop with a lot of vendors who are selling products made in Ghana. The V for Vanity show is a neon light edition. It's happening at the Untamed Empire. And the V for Vanity show, as the organizers describe it, is an interactive art experience. And they had this last year as well. And so for this year, they said that it focuses on the use of lights to illuminate the African progression and continuous subjugation and persecution to emancipation and greatness. Neon lights are used as the primary vessel to deliver 10 interactive art installations meticulously designed to engage and educate the audience on African culture and history. And now that's happening from the 20th of December to the 5th of January. And then there's Aquaba UK. Aquaba UK is going to be taking place at a place called The Pitch, and it is a rooftop experience, and they have several days of events where every night there's something going on. They're having an all-white party, an all-black party. There is this really, really cool experience called the Village GH, and it is run by 2 amazing women who are really, really focused on giving you the Ghanaian experience. And so the Village GH is also part of the Aquaba UK experience. You can follow Village GH on Instagram to find out more about what they are doing. And then there's the Diaspora Drive. Diaspora Drive is on the 20th of December, and it features a lot of different speakers. So this is an event that's great for people interested in business, people who are interested in finding out about doing business in Ghana, who to connect with, learning from people who came from the diaspora, who moved to Ghana, I see someone there. Let me just, New Lux Ghana. Hello, Ivy. Hi, how are you? Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. For those of you who are just tuning into this live video, I'm going through the schedule of events happening during the month of December for Year of Return that's been happening in Ghana since the beginning of the year. This is the climax period, and a lot of people are coming to Ghana during the month of December and are really excited about different things that are happening. I see a comment here. You do very well so far for the Year of Return. Keep on with the good work. Thank you. I've been following you for a while. Oh, that just popped off the screen. Maybe it'll come back. Thank you so much for following. I really appreciate it. Continuing on, talking about Diaspora Drive, where it gives an opportunity for people who are interested in business in Ghana to come and learn from people who are doing business, who have done business in the past. I'm going to read some of the things here. There's going to be several speakers. It ensures those in the diaspora and potential returnees an opportunity to seek support in finding financial institutions, providing investment solutions, mortgage advisors, real estate opportunities, transport solutions, recruitment services, immigration advisors, and much, much more that they're going to be going through. There's going to be so many different business people who are going to be talking about all these things that will help you learn if you want to learn about doing business in Ghana. On the 20th of December, the same day, that night, if you are into going to a show, you want to do some performances. My colleague Lucy here. Lucy.
Hello, everyone.
Lucy, we couldn't do much without her. This lady is like the backbone of helping those people who want to get here. There's so many people who email us asking questions about Year of Return, who want information. And a lot of the people who are trying to get their events endorsed, they submit to the email that she reads, and she gives information. So this is Lucy. We love Lucy. So Kwakese concert the same day, August 20th. So if you like to party and you want to see some local artists, there's going to be a lot of local artists at this concert, and it's absolutely free. And it's in the streets of Osu. They'll block off a whole stretch of the street. There's going to be lots of people out there having a good time for this free concert. Thank you so much for following. I see Jovan, Frank Arthur, you've been tuning in from Vancouver. Oh, hey, I think you're the one that I met on the airplane, if I'm not mistaken. Your message just disappeared off the screen, and I'm sure it'll pop back. Thanks for tuning in. And then there's the Year of Return cocktail party, which is happening at the Gold Coast Lounge, which is a restaurant that does a lot of live performances. They have a lot of karaoke, comedians, different artists who come and perform. They're actually right behind our office. It's a really, really cool space. That is on the 21st of December. Also happening on the 21st is the Samini Fest. Samini is a artist in Ghana, for those of you who don't know, who's very, very much influenced by reggae music, and he fuses reggae music styles into his performance as well as Ghanaian. So it's kind of like a nice blend. The 21st is also the Black is Black event being put on by KOD. KOD does this event every year, and he always has a great crowd. He's got a good following. That is also happening on the 21st. Black is Black, and it's happening at Onyx. So you can check that out too. If you are going to the Ashanti region, there's the Ashanti Bonwe Kente Festival happening from the 23rd to the 29th of December. The Kente Festival, you can learn all about how Kente fabric is woven. A lot of the Kente that you see in places like America, Canada, UK are the printed ones. So they've printed the design, but actual woven Kente cloth is like a heavy fabric. It's thicker. You can see the intricacy of the design and the way that it's woven. You get a chance to see how they do it. So with this festival, they celebrate and promote the Kente industry. And there's going to be other activities as well, and including cycling, exhibition, music concerts, symposium, and sporting events, all kinds of things going on during this Kente Festival in the Ashanti region, in Bonre Festival, not Kumasi, in Bonre. I always say that wrong. Bonre. It's in Kumasi? Yeah. Oh, it's in Kumasi. Okay, it's in Kumasi. My mistake. Someone just asked, will Beyonce be performing in Afrochella? I have no idea. I don't know. All these rumors swirling that Beyonce and Jay-Z are coming to Ghana, I have no idea. Sometimes these high profile artists and celebrities who come to Ghana, they don't give the confirmed information until like a couple of days before they come or the day before they come. Of course, there's always leaks of information that happens when you have rumors about who might come, who's not coming. As far as Beyonce and Jay-Z, I know that rumors have been going around. I personally don't know if that has been confirmed. If my boss or my boss's boss knows, I don't know. So I don't have the answer to that question. So I'm sorry. I do know that Essence Full Circle Festival will be bringing a number of celebrities with Boris Kodjoe and Bozoma St. John. Their list also is not confirmed. I don't know exactly who is coming. I just know that they're bringing a group of people, and it's been sponsored by Essence Magazine this year. So they got some support as to how they are, coming together and sort of like how Essence has the festival in New Orleans every year. This looks like they may be doing this in Ghana every year. So it's really exciting that they've taken on something like this. I took my glasses off, even though I'm reading, and I did say that I need reading glasses. I'm in full denial, always thinking that I don't need them, and taking them off. So I'm putting them back on so I can continue reading the next set of things. Okay, so I mentioned the Essence Full Circle Festival. That's 24th to 4th of January. It is an invitation-only event with the celebrities. They may have some public events with people that people can go to, but as of now, I don't know. They haven't confirmed yet. Because I know last year when the Full Circle Festival happened and the celebrities came to Ghana, a lot of them just went to places that were public. So it wasn't like they were hiding or anything. They showed up at some of the clubs and some of the lounges, some of the restaurants, and they interacted with people. So that's the great thing about Ghana is a lot of Ghanaians, when they see celebrities, they're not mobbing them necessarily and harassing them in a way that they would feel uncomfortable. They might, people love their favorite stars, and they go up to them and say hi and want to take pictures and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, people just love to party with them when they did go out at night. On the 24th of December is also Pine and Ginger. Pine and Ginger is an event that fuses Jamaican and Ghanaian culture. So there's going to be DJs from Ghana, DJs from Jamaica, and I believe they also have DJ from the UK who's going to be coming and spinning at this event, which is happening in East Legon at Pearly Gate Garden, East Legon. We have the Tribal Jungle Fever at Legon Gardens. Legon Gardens, they have a concept of having a party in the woods. So this is going to be really interesting to see how this goes. And then Sarkodie is having his concert on the 25th of December. The 26th is the Black Gala at the Museum for Science and Technology. Let me go back to Sarkodie. Sarkodie was named the Year of Return Ambassador by the Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture. So because of the fact that he has been somebody who exports Ghanaian culture through his music. He's somebody who uses local Ghanaian language in his music. He speaks Twi, one of the local languages here, in his music, and he mixes it up with English here and there. And he has stuck true to it, even though some people have told him in his career that he should just do music, just do English to stay international or to go more international. But yet he managed to win international awards, even though he doesn't always use English in his lyrics. He's a great freestyler, and it's amazing how far he's gone in his career. So then there's the Little Havana party that is happening in Aburi. It is a night out of Accra, and they have it every year. That this year is the Year of Return edition, and it's a social networking party for young entrepreneurs, professionals, and aspiring entrepreneurs. That's what they're calling it. But I know it was quite a party last year, so I wasn't there, but I heard. The 27th, the Afro Chic Diaspora Festival is happening. Afro Chic focuses on creating empowering spaces for Black women and bridges the gap between music, tech, and culture. This year's Afro Chic Diaspora Festival has panel discussions, brand activations, art and fashion exhibitions, music performances, and more. And this has been going on in Toronto for a few years now. I think it's nine years if I'm not mistaken. And so they've also done their event in Miami And this is the first one that is going to be on the continent of Africa. So it's very exciting how far they've gone. They've had people like Jadena and Erica Badu at their events. So it is it's going to be exciting to see what happens here in Ghana. There's the Deti Rave. The Deti Rave party is happening at Untamed Empire, also on the 27th of December. Afro Nation is huge. Afro Nation already has a big following in Europe, and now they're bringing it to Ghana the 27th to the 30th of December, and it's going to be at Laboma Beach. This is going to be huge. They've already sold so many tickets for this event. It's going to be absolutely massive. And then there's the highly anticipated Afrochella. Afrochella has been going on for a few years too, and this year is just another bigger and better year for them. Afrochella is going to be at El Wak Stadium, and not only do they do parties, but they also give back to the community. They do have a lot of initiatives that they do to give back to the community in Ghana, so that is really great. Oh, and then there's the Meet the Moon Girls. Let me read this one. Meet the Moon Girls is a comic book and graphic novel art exhibition. And this exhibition showcases a comic book graphic novel series that's been created by Ghanaians to tell a story of an Afro-futuristic Accra. And the comic seeks to capture the great stories of everyday superheroes and immortalizing them in comic book art. So that is the Meet the Moon Girls. That is the 27th to 29th of December, happening at the Kunyehia Art Gallery. So that is something for art lovers as well as for people interested in storytelling. Thank you so much everyone for watching. I see comments coming up and then they flash off the screen. So I promise I'll get back to you when I finish with this live. I'll respond to your comments. Thank you so much. Someone saying, Ivy, we'll be very happy if you can get us some clips of these events as they happen. Sure, no problem. I have had a challenge. I do have a lot of footage, and I've said this in the past before. I do have a lot of footage from other events as well that I just haven't posted because I haven't had the time, because I'm so focused on the amount of work that I have, that we do here as a team. So, but yeah, I do. I have footage from the citizenship ceremony that happened a couple of weeks ago. 126 people were given citizenship in Ghana from the diaspora community, people, African Americans, as well as some people from the Caribbean. So it was a really exciting time. I also have footage from when the Prime Minister of Ghana came a few weeks ago. Oh gosh, I'm totally like tired now. Prime Minister of Ghana. Prime Minister of Barbados, pardon me. Prime Minister of Barbados traveled here, and she traveled with her delegation, and they came with the remains of an unknown enslaved African who died in Barbados. Barbados is actually geographically the closest place to the continent of Africa, and it's one of the first places that slaves were taken. And they brought this person's body to Ghana to be buried. And so there was a whole ceremony. I will definitely share that with you here too. I'm putting my glasses on to read these comments. Someone's what's happening in 2020. Great question. I will answer your question. Just let me finish with the schedule first. There is Fashion Connect Africa, which is happening at the Movenpick. And this event features high fashion, good music, fashion presentations. There may be an auction of some of the pieces and presentations made. This is an event that celebrates fashion from Africa and connecting the design community. It's all about getting the diaspora an opportunity to see what's happening on the continent, as well as building a fashion business here in Ghana and other African countries as well. That is being done by model Victoria Michaels is the person behind that particular event. And on the 31st of January, Afrochella is actually doing a New Year's Eve party at Memory Lane Park in Airport City. And then there's also a New Year's Day party that the Afrochella team is having as well at the Savannah Garden. And that is an elegant night of dancing and entertaining. So that should be interesting too. So I have two people asking me what happens after year of return. I will be answering that in a moment. And the year of return activities that's on another one that's ongoing is Cirque du Soir. Cirque du Soir it makes me think of like Cirque du Soleil, if you've heard of Cirque du Soleil. Cirque du Soir is a theatrical performance and acrobatic, and it was just some of the things they were doing was amazing. And it was an experience that included a 4-course meal as well as watching the performances. So it was really, really, it was pretty good, really, really good. I only wish there was more African performers in the show. That's the only thing, because they did bring a lot of performers from outside of the continent of Africa to be part of the show. But it would be great if we saw something like that with more African talent in the show as well. But that's ongoing until the 26th. It started a few days ago and it's ongoing until the 26th of December. It is one of the more expensive events to attend if somebody's interested in Cirque du Soir. It is 1,500 Ghana cedis to attend. You can do a Google search for currency exchange to see what your local currency is against the Ghana cedi. So 1,500 Ghana cedis for the Cirque du Soir event. And I mean, that's an overview of some of the events happening. There are more that I did not name that you can always find by following the social media for Year of Return. The social media is just Year of Return. The website is yearofreturn.com if you want information. The other thing is we have a lot of people asking for the fabric. There is this fabric for Year of Return made by GTP. GTP is a Ghanaian company. They were fully Ghanaian owned, but now they're owned by Blisco. But they did manufacture this in Ghana. This was printed in Ghana. And buying it supports people here who were part of the process of creating these fabrics. So there's the black version, which also has the Year of Return logo on it as well. And then there's the white one for Year of Return. It is currently selling for 20 Ghana cedis per yard. So 20 Ghana cedis per yard for this fabric. We have a lot in our office. If you want to get some and you want to take some home, you want to make something, because that's something a lot of people like to do when they come to Ghana, is get stuff made, because there's seamstresses and tailors. One piece of advice, if you do plan on getting something made, custom made for yourself while you're here, whether it's with Year of Return fabric or if it's just with other vibrant fabrics that you find, give yourself the time. As soon as you arrive and you find out where you can get it made, get the process started right away so that when you're leaving, it's finished and ready for you to take home. So there's no delays, especially if you're coming in December, because December is very busy and they're all really busy because people are making outfits for different holiday parties and events that they're going to. So a lot of the tailors and seamstresses have a heavy backlog of work that they're doing. So you got to give yourself some time. Now, answering the question that I saw about what happens after Year of Return is over, what happens in 2020. Well, because Year of Return was marking the 400-year anniversary of the documented ship of enslaved Africans that arrived in Virginia. So that means 2020 is no longer that 400-year anniversary. So Year of Return is no longer really Year of Return, because in marking that, it was also celebrating the resilience of the African and the African spirit. And so despite all of the things that happened to people of African descent over the last hundreds of years, people have been resilient and have been strong and have persevered, have overcome. And so a lot of the celebrations are all about celebrating that spirit, as well as the coming together of people, as in a homecoming, people from the African diaspora, Black people from around the world, to come and see what the continent is really like. So it was also a way to bridge the gap, and it was the beginning. So it was an initiative that was never expected that it would be as big as it has become, and it's become huge. And so it's been recognized that, and because of that recognition, the decision has been made to continue with something else. And this is not a one-year thing. This is going to be something that is longer term. It is going to be called Beyond the Return. and the CEO of Ghana Tourism Authority will be the person who announces all the details on it. It's not my responsibility I'm not authorized, I should say responsibility, I'm not authorized to share details of what it's about. All I can say is it is going to be called Beyond the Return, and it's an initiative that is long-term. It's not a one-year plan, it is long-term. Long-term. The fabric, somebody said where? The fabric, I'll put a link in the video. If you're not able to come to Ghana to buy it, I'll put a link in the video. If you are in Ghana, you can purchase it at Ghana Tourism Authority head office in Accra, and at the Accra Tourist Information Center. Also at almost all year of return endorsed events like the ones that I was listing, if they have vendors who are selling things like the Made in Ghana Street Fair, our cloth will be there on sale as well as the year of return t-shirts that we have. The year of return t-shirts will be there as well. Those ones sell for 50 Ghana cedis, which is I think just under 10 US dollars, give or take what the exchange rate is. Comments are coming up. Let me see. Whatever you start today is for the next generation. America was built for Black, was built for. Yeah, I agree in the building for the next generation. So that's why it's good that Beyond the Return is a long-term initiative. Because I think one of the things that we need to do more of is legacy building for the next generation and not just for now. And one thing I can say Year of Return has done is it has helped to change the narrative of Africa. It has helped with people thinking of Ghana as a destination place that they wouldn't have thought of before, especially because with social media, with YouTube, with Instagram, people are sharing pictures of their experiences. You know, there was always the assumption in the past that Africa was always about poverty, but the fact is poverty exists everywhere in the world in different capacities, in different ways. But there's also middle class everywhere, there's also rich everywhere, and there's also the super wealthy everywhere. So you see a mixture of all of them. And a lot of people, when they come, they're surprised when they see that there are people who are living well off, there's people who are middle class. You know, there's some people going through the same struggles as people that are going through abroad. It's just a different environment. So that is my Year of Return update. As I mentioned, there are other things that I may not have mentioned that are happening because the list is long, and there are some that it'll be on the website and also on the Instagram pages. I'm always sharing stuff on the Instagram page and on the Facebook page. So feel free to follow there at Year of Return. Feel free to follow me on my Instagram as well as Ivy Prosper. And you can always, just keep following. I'm going to keep on sharing content. Somebody's here in Accra. The messages pop up during these live videos and then they just disappear. They fade away. And I'll have to go back to, I'm here in Accra, but please post name. Wait, we would like to give helping hand with footage. We would like to work together as we need original content for our channel. AfroView Media, where are you? Where are you located? Where are you located? I would love to know. It popped off. You're launching a newspaper in Kumasi. Very interesting. Send me an email. How do you send me an email? Send me an email to my website, info@ivyprosper.com. info@ivyprosper.com. I'll put it in the description. I'll try to remember to put in the description. Oh, Cami, you'll be in Ghana on 24th of December. Well, when you come, welcome to Ghana. Yes, hotels are pretty much fully booked, but you can check Airbnb. Airbnb. Oh, I said I would do a video talking about hotels and I didn't. I just got so distracted. I'm so sorry. My job distracts me sometimes because I get so busy. But it's a good distraction. It's not a bad one. But yeah, if you can't find a hotel, look at Airbnb because Airbnb has a lot of bookings. Somebody today just told me she has a 2-bedroom apartment available for rent. Depending on your dates, maybe it's the one for you. I think she said it's $120 a night, if I remember correctly. But if you're interested, send me an email, info@ivyprosper.com, and I'll find out if it's still available. With Airbnb, Keep in mind, if you're looking at certain events that you're planning on doing, somebody asked me, Ivy, are you a Ghanaian? Let me get to that in a second. um, Keep in mind that there are places that are far from the city, and they'll be advertising on Airbnb, and then you'll book it and you'll be like, oh, why did I book that? That happened to someone I know last year. She came and she ended up in a Bojo Beach area, which is beautiful. Bojo Beach is beautiful, but that side is like far from coming into the city every day. Like if you're coming into the city every day to come in for events, you're gonna be exhausted from being in traffic every day. Like there's already going to be traffic in the city, but it's even worse if you're that far out of the city. So my suggestion is use Google Maps to your advantage. You know, if someone says the house for rent is in Weija, put it on Google Maps, see how far it is from places that you're interested in going, and figure out, does this logistically make sense? But then it might make sense because you might have no choice if there's nothing available in town, because I know that 99% of hotels in the city of Accra are fully booked during the last 2 weeks of December. There's people who have spaces available now, but they don't have spaces available during the core 2 weeks when there's a lot of activity happening. So Airbnb is going to be your friend for some of these people, or going to some of the smaller hotels rather than looking at the higher end ones. You may have to sacrifice. So yeah, somebody asked me, Ivy, are you a Ghanaian? I'm straining to see this. Let's see. Kwame Tobin said, Ivy, are you a Ghanaian? Does it really matter if I am or not? But I'll answer your question. Yeah, I was born in Ghana. My parents are from Ghana. My grandparents, great grandparents, and so on and so on. Anyway, but I grew up in Canada. So I'm Ghanaian and I'm Canadian, so I'm a little bit both. I'm Ghanaian born, Canadian raised, and back in Ghana, back in homeland. So I hope that answers your question. If we were face to face, you'd probably ask me the next question that most Ghanaians ask. They want to know exactly where you're from, where your parents are from, those questions. So, but anyway, thank you so much for watching. I think I've been on here for 30 minutes. I got to get back to work because I got some reports to work on, but I decided I wanted to just do this video really quickly so that you get an idea of what's happening with the year per term. So thanks for watching. I am going back to work, and I will see you next time. And I can never figure out how to end this video, these live videos. It's so funny. See you next time.